In the U.S. each year, millions of people become ill from bacteria and viruses in food, resulting in an estimated 10,000 needless deaths. For many victims, foodborne illness results only in discomfort or lost time from the job. For some, especially preschool-aged children, older adults in healthcare facilities, and people with weak immune systems, foodborne illness is more serious and may be life-threatening. Hello, I'm Ann Halloran. Welcome to this video lesson on food safety in the childcare setting. This video is part of a training program designed to give you helpful information about food safety. Printed materials called Care Connections are available on a wide variety of topics related to food safety. Ask your sponsor or state agency about them. Keeping the children in your care as safe and healthy as possible is one of the most important responsibilities you have as a child care provider. And one of the primary ways you can protect children is by using proper sanitation practices and serving food that is safe. Foodborne illness, frequently called food poisoning, is caused by various germs or bacteria. For example, E. coli and Salmonella. These organisms are always present in our surroundings. Some are even in our bodies. But when they're transferred to food we eat and are not destroyed during cooking, these organisms can make us sick. Outbreaks of foodborne illness caused by E. coli bacteria are in the news occasionally. These outbreaks usually occur when a restaurant serves meat, such as ground beef, which has not been cooked properly. E. coli bacteria is also found in unpasteurized apple cider and milk. When milk or cider is pasteurized, it's heated during processing to a temperature high enough to kill the bacteria. This type of foodborne illness causes bloody diarrhea, and children under the age of 5 are particularly susceptible to it. The illness can also be inadvertently spread to other children in a child care setting. For example, if a caregiver changes the diaper of a sick child and forgets to wash her hands afterwards, she can pass the bacteria to another child. Or it can be spread by a sick child who doesn't wash his or her hands after using the bathroom. Other foodborne illnesses, such as Salmonella, can cause vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, and sometimes fever and headaches. Experts even say that sometimes when people say they have a 24-hour bug, it is actually a foodborne illness. The fact that germs that cause foodborne illnesses are around us every day makes it even more important to use good sanitation practices at all times. Bacteria are in our hair, mouths, and noses, and in bodily waste and fluids. And the bacteria are in other animals too, including household pets. Does it seem that keeping children and yourself safe from these bacteria is an overwhelming task? Well, the good news is there are actually just a few simple rules that can go a long way in helping you prevent foodborne illness in your child care setting.
The first rule is that simple instruction you've heard thousands of times. Wash your hands. And wash the children's hands too. The second rule is to wash and sanitize dishes, eating utensils, and food preparation equipment, and to disinfect food preparation surfaces. Third, keep the kitchen and serving area clean. Fourth, never have raw meat or poultry on the same work surface where you prepare fruits, vegetables, breads, or other foods. And fifth, keep hot food hot and cold foods cold.
Washing your hands is a rule you've heard since you were a child, and it's still one of the best things you can do to prevent the spread of germs. Remember, you can't wash your hands too often. How many times a day do you change diapers, wipe runny noses, pet the cat, push your hair away from your face? You should wash your hands after activities like these. Always wash your hands after handling any raw meats or after you handle items that may have germs. Wash your hands before you begin preparing food, of course. But don't forget that you'll usually need to wash several times during food preparation. The general guide for hand washing is to wash hands and forearms with soap and warm running water for 20 seconds. The soap doesn't have to be antibacterial, but you should use a liquid soap if possible. Bar soap can hold germs. And use a disposable towel for drying. Cloth towels can spread germs. You may even want to use a nail brush for more thorough scrubbing.
Good job, Rachel.
It's important that children learn about hand washing too. Show them how to wash properly and make sure it becomes a part of the daily activities.
Rinse up in your arm there, too.
One fun way to teach them how long they should wash their hands is to have them sing 2 verses of Happy Birthday to Me.
Happy birthday to me.
2 verses will take about 20 seconds. You'll find other ideas and suggestions in the Care Connection printed material on hand washing. Ask your sponsor or state agency representative for a copy. The second rule for sanitation and food safety is to wash and sanitize dishes, eating utensils, and food preparation equipment, and to disinfect food preparation and serving surfaces. Different states and child care sponsors have differing rules and guidelines for cleaning, sanitizing, and disinfecting. Sanitizing or disinfecting will kill harmful germs after cleaning. Get the information on washing and sanitizing dishes and food preparation equipment and for disinfecting food preparation surfaces for your state and follow any specific instructions. Here are some general guidelines you can follow if you don't have specific requirements for your state.
You can easily make a good chlorine bleach solution for sanitizing. Mix 1 tablespoon of household chlorine bleach with 1 gallon of water. After washing and rinsing the dishes and food preparation equipment, sanitize them with this chlorine bleach solution. Disinfect tabletops and food preparation surfaces with a stronger solution. Mix 1/4 cup household chlorine bleach with 1 gallon of water. Check with your sponsor, state agency, or a public health sanitarian about the rules in your state. These cleaning solutions and all other cleaning and dangerous substances should be labeled and kept out of the reach of children. Lock them in a cabinet if possible.
The third rule is to keep the kitchen and serving areas clean. In addition to disinfecting food preparation surfaces before and after use, you should keep pets or other animals out of the kitchen and serving areas. Animals are fun, and the children enjoy them, but they do have bacteria in their coats, mouths, and paws or feet. It's also a good idea to take out the garbage after every meal. This way, food scraps or half-eaten foods will be out of the area and lessen the risk of contaminating the area. Keep garbage cans covered and clean and sanitize them often. The fourth rule is to never have raw meat or poultry on the same work surface with fruits and vegetables, breads, or other foods. Clean and disinfect between uses. Cross-contamination of foods can happen easily during food preparation. Cross-contamination happens when harmful organisms move from a food or surface to another food. Prevent this by washing your hands and keeping food preparation surfaces clean and disinfected. Use separate, non-porous cutting boards for raw meats and for other foods when possible. The fifth and final rule is to store, cook, and hold foods at the correct temperature. In other words, keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. Bacteria are a lot like people. They need food, time, and the right environment to grow. You eliminate the right environment by cooking and keeping foods at the correct temperature. In order for bacteria in food to be destroyed during cooking, the food, especially meat, must be heated to an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Once foods are cooked, they should be kept hot. USDA guidelines instruct us to keep cooked foods at a temperature above 140 degrees Fahrenheit until served. The guidelines in your state may vary, so be sure to check. Check the internal temperature of meat or other food after cooking using a metal-stemmed thermometer. When you test the internal temperature, don't let the thermometer stem touch bone or fat in the meat or any part of the pan. Don't leave this type of thermometer in food during cooking. If the internal temperature of meat is not 165 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, continue cooking until it reaches that temperature. If you're cooking a large piece of meat, such as a whole turkey or roast beef, you can put a dial-face meat thermometer into the meat before cooking and leave it there. Check the thermometer reading during cooking, but be sure to let the meat cook until it reaches an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Wash and sanitize any food thermometer before and after each use. According to USDA guidelines, foods that will be served and eaten cold should be kept below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, since bacteria can't grow at temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Foods allowed to cook or sit at temperatures between 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit provide the right environment for bacteria to grow. The USDA defines this temperature range between 40 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit as the danger zone. Check the regulations in your state for holding hot foods and cold foods. Your sponsor or state agency can give you specific information. Time is another important factor in bacterial growth. Perishable foods should not be allowed to sit at a temperature in the danger zone for more than 2 hours. Meat, poultry, mixed dishes, and dishes that contain eggs and milk products should be thrown away if they are left in the danger zone for more than 4 hours. Keeping your child care facility free of foodborne illness is challenging. Germs can get into food in many ways, during processing, during preparation, or during service. While you can't control what happens to food during processing at a food manufacturing plant, you can check before you buy it to see if it looks and smells fresh. And if it doesn't look or smell fresh when you're ready to use it, throw it away. You do control what happens to food during preparation and service. By following the rules we reviewed, you can prevent most cross-contamination and bacterial growth. The first and most important rule is wash your hands and the children's hands. Second, wash and sanitize dishes, eating utensils, and food preparation equipment, and disinfect food preparation surfaces and tabletops. Third, keep the kitchen and serving area clean. Fourth, never have raw meat or poultry on the same work surface where you prepare fruits, vegetables, breads, or other foods. Clean and disinfect work surfaces between uses. And fifth, keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. Cook foods until they reach an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit and hold them above 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep cold foods cold, below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep all foods out of the danger zone and throw away any foods that sit in the danger zone for more than 4 hours. Apply the care process to a food safety and sanitation situation in your child care setting. An important issue might be to teach your 2- and 3-year-olds proper hand washing techniques. First, consider the children's needs. The children need a safe and sanitary environment, and one of the most important and easiest ways to improve safety and prevent bacterial contamination is hand washing. Next, analyze your situation. The children are old enough to learn hand washing, and it'll be easy to incorporate into the daily routine. Then, respond with best practice. You already know that soap and warm running water are necessary for hand washing. The Care Connection materials have additional information about hand washing and ideas for poems and songs that will make learning fun. Copies of these are available from your sponsor or state agency. After helping the children learn and practice hand washing before and after meals and snacks, evaluate the outcome. Were the children's needs met by the decision you made? Did you use best practice? Keeping the child care environment safe and sanitary is a never-ending challenge. But you'll be well on your way in the battle against E. coli and other illness-causing organisms when you follow these rules for food safety.